like I said, if you would have told me I would hit 10K week, I'd slap your face. But I hit 10K day, and it's like, hey, if I could do a 10K day, that means I could do it again, right? I just need more focus.
Hey, well done on joining the 10K club.
Oh
Pretty
my
cool.
gosh, it's awesome. That's because
Right.
of you guys.
We've got Karen in the house. Can I get a hell yes? Welcome to the 10K
Hell
club.
yes.
Thank you so much. You're awesome. You're awesome from the start. Just a couple of questions, really. So, first of all, where are your stats? I know the other day you did a 10K day, but where are you as a whole? Are you over 10K in the month?
Yes. Yes, I'm 15.
Nice. Okay, cool. And was that a
Mhm.
shock for you, do you think, coming from where you were? Like, what was the biggest problem that allowed you to join us? Why did you join us?
I think for me, it's just a mindset shift. Um, I feel like I've always been worth more money, but it's like accepting that I am is super hard, and having a community in the COA has made that shift for me and made the shift easier. I feel like I've always known, but it's hard when you're alone, and having a community of people, and of course seeing all those posts that it's possible it gives you confidence.
Yeah, I mean, it's big. I mean, a lot of people say they want to charge more, but if they don't, if they're not privy to someone else that's already done it, they, and in today's world, let's just be frank, a lot of people just don't believe what is happening online because they don't have a method, they don't have a system in place. So if you don't
Hmm.
get access to seeing someone doing that and you believe it to be true, the truth is that most people will never get access to that because they'll sit there going like, I think I should charge more, but I'm uncomfortable with that. When you see
Hmm.
consistently other people posting high ticket or posting X amount, it becomes possible. So what was the initial, so bar personal belief, was there structural sort of things that what drove you to wanting, like, to copy the client's automation methodology? What was the key problem that you had that you no longer have?
I think as a creative, my mind goes in so many ideas and direction. And I still have that challenge, by the way. And you guys constantly bring me to the focus that I need to do, because when I have an idea, I feel like it's such a great idea. And then I ditch the other idea, and then I start
Mm,
over the next idea. And then I never finish it, and there's no focus. And then it's the squirrel mentality where I begin, and then I learn from so many people, not just my own idea. You put in the
mm.
mix the other people's ideas, and then it becomes convoluted, and it thins out everything else. So having, of course, you guys framework and how you make it all easy to focus versus hard, because there's so much ideas. And I can call that noise too. It could be just noise, and because it sounds great, then I go do it
Mm.
instead of just finishing the project I'm already on. So,
Big problem. Like, I'd say it's the
mhm.
core problem today in entrepreneurship. People think they have to do hundreds of different things in order to become successful. I've been in business a long time. Over the years, I've seen the impact of what social media does to so many different people's businesses because they're seeing huge business models, huge successful people with multiple different products and programs, etc. And so they think they should start at that position, whereas they don't see the fact that every single business, whether it's Gucci, Armani, you know Amazon, Apple, start with one product. That's it. And so why is anyone else any different today online? There's people day in day out, 8 different programs. You haven't made one successful yet. So yeah,
I know
focus. Out of all of the it's a pleasure keeping you focused because it truly is. Otherwise
it's hard.
it is hard because like, I'm not judging when I say those things. I'm not judging because I really feel sorry for a lot of entrepreneurs today because like, if you're doing 2 things at the same time, you're 50% liquidated in focus. That's two,
Yep.
right? If you're doing four, quarter, eight, and most people, that's not included life stress. That's not including kid stress or general wellness, health outside of your business focus. So if your business focus is trying to drill you into 8 different things, you've got no chance. You've got no chance of making it through. And I think a lot of people don't really get that. And that's why they are disgruntled, because they are trying too many things. And you can't even begin to educate people on that. They have to go through the pain. They have to realize I really do think they have to go on a 5-year, burnout journey to then realize, shit, I was wrong. And then start going, I'm going to be smarter in this. So look, you were smarter, you jumped in. What has been the best thing so far for you in terms of, because you're just getting started, smashing out, and you did your 10K day the other day. What did
anomaly?
I know. Oh, that's amazing. What did
10K days, an anomaly. What
was the best thing that you've had so far, like in terms of the closer process, support, structures? What have you liked the most?
I really like the one-to-one with one of your team every
Ava.
month, and having, I'm sorry?
Was it Ava or Kevin?
Kevin.
Cool.
And having that, bringing you back to the lane of focus first, because I feel like I go off doing other things, and I'm still trying to get to, 100K months, but being creative and spending time on Clubhouse and doing all these other things can get me out of focus. Like you said, it's like you think you have to do several things to be successful. And the other piece too is I'm learning how to truly laser focus. I'm seeing that in my client going through the same problems, and being the observer of them, who used to be me, right? Who I am still struggling with, being an observer of them who has the same problem as me, but I'm learning the tools to make sure that I stay on track. It gives me a lot of aha moments. I have a hair salon client that she literally has multiple 6-figure business when I do the math. And I find that the answer to her problems is the same answer that I have to my problems. And being able to be led by you and your team, having the tools to carry that with me and teach my clients the same thing that you guys taught me, and passing it along to them. But as an observer, it's a lot clearer to see it when I see it in other people's business and coaching my client. And she's involved with like multiple network marketing companies, ending up borrowing so much money to try and make it successful, while she's been in the hair business for 30 years. But if she only just focus on her hair business, and she's really sad about it, because 30 years later she still haven't hit 6 figures. But when we look at the focus, she actually has a double 6-figure business. Like, you have a double 6-figure business if you just focus. And so now she actually, a third of the month, she's making more money than she's ever been so far. So, it's such a simple solution to a very easy, simple problem, but it's so easy not to do. Yeah,
I hear you.
That's been the greatest for me.
People talk about that, like it's very cliche to stay focused, but in a world today where people are drilled with multiple different social media platforms, so they just can't even get close to that. What would have happened if you hadn't have got that focus? Now you're helping your clients focus as a byproduct of your ability to have a streamlined process. See that? What would have happened if you hadn't have got that?
Oh my gosh, I would never hit that day, 10K day. You know what I'm saying? It's like mind blowing having a 10K day. Having a 10K week is mind blowing for me. A 10K month is more possible because there's more days in the month. But like I said, if you would have told me I would hit 10K week, I'd slap your face. But I hit 10K day, and it's like, hey, if I could do a 10K day, that means I could do it again, right? I just need more focus. So then I would not imagine, if I just do more focus, then I could probably do more 10K days. At this point, it's an anomaly for me, but I know I can normalize it one day at a time.
I mean, you haven't done it before, right?
No.
That's That's what I mean. That's what an anomaly is in terms of it's a new thing. Like, but the truth is, most people would never be able to see that as a possibility because they look at how much they're already working in their business. They're looking and stacking up. Say they're doing 8 or 9 hours and they're Xing out per month, say 4K or whatever. And you go, well, how am I ever going to get to that point? Because I can't do that with working more. You can only do that with systems. You can only do that with increasing your price point. You can only do that with building your confidence so you know how to sell your offer better. You can only do that with automating lead flow. You can only do that with automating delivery. Otherwise you get no time back. So look, that makes sense for me. If you're on the edge of telling someone to join COA, what would you tell them to do? Or, if someone was saying, look, should I join this? What would you tell them?
I would tell them to join it yesterday. You know, it's
Did you have
it's
any
a game changer.
Did you have any hesitations about joining?
Zero. I
None
had
at all.
zero hesitation. I have a mentality of if what I've been doing isn't working for me, then I need to try something else
How did you know it wasn't working for you before joining?
because I wasn't hitting the numbers.
Nice. Was
It's
it
the
as simple as
target
that?
was, yeah. And I've had different framework, different coaches before. And the accountability is just lacking, and the simplicity of and even when you speak on Clubhouse, I'm in John Lee's room all the time and I hear your repetitiveness. It's almost like a broken record, right? But it works. And I could talk to you like Ed talks on Clubhouse because it's
Simplification.
ingrained in my brain. But the simplicity of it is just what I've been looking for, and also the automation. And I'm having a big struggle with the automation because I've always been a shoulder to shoulder. I've always been a really good salesperson and value driven salesperson. I know I can sell by opening my mouth and talking to people and listening to people. But that's been very hard for me to let go of that in automation. But I know in order to continuously and consistently achieve 10K every single day or more 10K weeks, I have to let go of that. And that's currently one of my biggest challenge is removing myself out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, look, you're not alone in that. And so what you don't see off the other side of that. So when it comes to scaling, how we teach you with the automation. So for example, people sometimes think it would be easier to have someone show you how to do it live and sit next to you. The problem with that is it creates learned helplessness. And then you rely on someone else to do it for you.
Mm-hmm.
And so the way we do it is the reason that it's a 3-stage process. So how we train you to set up automation is exactly the way that you need to. It's a new way of understanding how to implement something. You watch something, do a Loom video, you get questions back, and you follow a process. Now, the second step of that is when you start scaling out your outsourcing team. The only way that actually works is the same process. So you're not meeting with these people. You're never going to meet with these people. You're never going to see them over Zoom because it's not that sort of relationship that's required. But when you take the next step and you start scaling beyond that, if you can't understand the first bit, it's really difficult to do the second bit. And then the second bit, I can't even stress to tell you how exciting it is to create an outsourced team that grows your business for you. Because traditionally, if you wanted to grow a team, you'd have to pay PAY salaries. You can't say to people that you pay a PAY salary, do the task.
Mm-hmm.
And, if you do 3 hours, that's it for your day. You can't do that. Right. So you save yourself millions, no BS. When we used to have a office in London, we would spend millions a year. We like 3/4 our staffing bill and increase productivity and increase profit. And you go like, wow. So outsourcing is the next stage after that. But don't worry, we'll get to that. Anyway, Karine, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. Give yourselves a hand. You're an amazing. It doesn't work without you. All right, let's get to your next steps and we'll sort you out.